everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We are back doing a Rivals of Ixalan Intermediate Swiss Draft League, and we're probably just going to first pick a Forerunner of the Coalition, which is a good card. I feel like I don't see that many pirate decks these days, oddly enough. Otherwise, other good cards, Oathsworn Vampire is fine. I like Voracious Vampire. The Pterodon has gone up in my book. Kitesail Corsair, Moment of Triumph. But we'll start her off with the Forerunner. This whole cycle is pretty good. Ooh. Well, Neckbreaker is certainly a good follow-up. Forerunner into Neckbreaker seems like some good synergy. Otherwise, there is a Vampire Lord, but this is essentially the same thing. I guess it's more expensive and gives more attack, and only gives it to attack. So you could argue that the Lieutenant is just better than the Neckbreaker, but I like the Neckbreaker a lot. And it seems like a more logical follow-up to our Forerunner, so we'll take it. Hopefully wield a Grasping Scoundrel. Other good cards in here. Another Corsair. Hunt the Weak. But Neckbreaker it is. Alright, so third pick. We can take the Waterknot, because Grixis Pirates is still a thing. We can take the Scoundrel, which is certainly worse. Slippery Scoundrel is very good. Less color intensive than Waterknot. There's also a Siren Reaver, which might be better than all the best of those three. And like I said, I can just take the Scoundrel, but it's certainly less exciting than these three. And I don't mind... I feel like not taking the Waterknot, just if I am going to play Grixis Pirates, I would rather... I suppose I would rather not get too color intensive in any of the three colors. And Waterknot does not do a good job of avoiding that. I mean, there are just black pirates I could take, but they are significantly worse than the Scoundrel or the Reaver. I don't actually know which one I like more. I think I'm going to go with the... My gut says Reaver, but I'm going to take the Scoundrel just because that ability is so filthy. Hexproof can't be blocked. I mean, we have not seen that since the days of Invisible Stalker. That card was not fair. All right, here we can take the Corsair over the Dust Charger. It's a very good beater. It's the third one we've seen. I would say that's a pretty good sign that, at the very least, blue pirates are open. See another Lord here. It's a Merfolk one, but we'll take the Corsair. It's a good card, good beater, efficient. Here we can take Dusk Charger, which is fine. Good beater. It's not a pirate, but it's good. Secrets of the Golden City, also pretty good. But I may just opt for the Dusk Charger here. It's good in any black deck. Much better, obviously, if you can get that Ascend online, but I'm pretty hopeful that we can at the moment. So, otherwise, there's a Buccaneer's Bravado as well. More of a pirate-related card. Maybe the Bravado makes more sense, actually. Let's sort by color and get this all squared away. Synergistically speaking. Okay, so now there's Buccaneer or Scoundrel. Scoundrel's downside in an aggressive deck is less... Basically, I have to kind of establish what base two colors I want to be and what my splash color is. So currently, it seems like black-blue. I don't mind splashing a Buccaneer's Bravado, by the way. This card just can win the game. There's also a Highland Lake, but both of these cards are very important for what we're trying to do, which is aggressively beat down. So I may just want the Scoundrel over the Buccaneer. It doesn't require having other pirates in hand. And it seems like more likely we're base black with the Forerunner and the Dire Fleet. Like our two most powerful cards are probably those two. So I'm going to opt for the Scoundrel over the Buccaneer. And like I said, the Lake would be a good pickup too. So here there's Mutiny, but I almost think like Firebrand might be better than Mutiny now. A pirate that attacks, so good with Neckbreaker, and on top of that I can just ping and kill things. I like that. I'm not a huge Sea Red advocate. So I'm gonna decide that the Firebrand is more valuable to us than the Mutiny there. So now a chance to get Sea Legs or another Firebrand. I actually really do like Sea Legs. Currently we have 6 creatures and 1 non-creature. I don't mind diversifying and taking the Sea Legs here, but I can just play Firebrand for days. You can just kill your opponent with it. Like I said, we still haven't quite established what color scheme we are. So maybe we just take another Firebrand. I do like Sea Legs. I think it's good. Here, it's a bit of a miss. I'll probably just take the Stone Quarry in case I want to go 4 color. I'm not giving up anything. I don't want to play Strider Harness. Not interested in the Raptor. Alright. Getting the Scoundrel back is very good. Leaning towards black-red pretty heavily now. So we can take the Freebooter to splash the Corsair and the Scoundrel. That probably makes more sense than taking the Rig Hauler, though the Rig Hauler is fine too. Like, the Rig Hauler is better than the Freebooter. The Freebooter does help with Ascend. Not that that's important unless we play the Scoundrel. But I like that it splashes. And Scoundrel on the splash actually kind of makes some sense because it's not like you're interested in playing this on turn 3. You want to play this when it has hexproof and can't be blocked. I'm going to cut the blue card here, thinking that perhaps the Grixis plan can still come together. Second to last pick, Corsair, I would say, is a pretty good sign that red is open, or at least red pirates. So I think we've got the plan down at least. I really like this card, by the way. Not a pirate, but really good. It just makes its own Ascend, too, which is just nasty. So we're going to take the Summoner. I like it a lot. Over Mutiny, over Recover, which I would also play in here. Recover has just proven itself to be an excellent card. But we'll take the Summoner. Be happy enough about that. So we can take Reckless Rage. The problem is we don't have great bodies for it. Most of our guys it's going to kill, other than the Corsair and the Freebooter. I think we're probably going to take the... I feel like, do both targets have to be there? Let me read the rules text on Reckless Rage. I think either way I'm probably taking the Impale, but let me read Reckless Rage rules. Because I feel like I've already looked this up before. If either target is a legal target as it resolves, the other will still be dealt damage. Alright, that's actually pretty cool. So it's nice that you can, I guess, deal 2 to your Firebrand and then just ping them in response. You still can deal 4 to something. But I'm going to take the Impale. It's more color intensive, but we may not end up blue at all. We could just end up straight red-black beats, which I like. So here we could take the Traveler's Amulet to fix for the blue. Otherwise, there is another opportunity to take the Sea Legs, which I still like. We have a lot of pirates. In fact, we are 100% pirate at the moment. So Sea Legs is just a nice, versatile, valuable spell to have. Otherwise, we could take the Traveler's Amulet. We still have the Freebooter for some fixing. I'm just going to take the Sea Legs. The thing is, if I can find other fixing or other blue pirates, I'm going to want the Sea Legs. But if I don't end up blue, I'm not going to want the Traveler's Amulet anyway. So I'm just going to take the card that I probably am fine playing in blue, in Grixis Pirates. So here it's a bit of a mess. Could just take the Luminous Bond because I have the Stone Quarry. Otherwise I'm taking like a Secrets of the Golden City, which is a fine card, but not for us. So here we can take the Evolving Wilds, but I think we got to just slam dunk this Moment of Craving and be really happy about that. So another opportunity to take the Dusk Charger, but I think I'm going to take another Bravado. This card just tends to win the game. And still pretty high likelihood that we're just not going to play blue. Like, now I can just take the Border over the Evolving Wilds and have even less incentive to play blue. Honestly, I'm probably not splashing Luminous Bond either, but just leaving that option on the table. I can take a Revenant. It flies. Voracious Vampire does not have a ton of effect in this deck. Pretty likely I don't want to play either. Plunder is, I guess, cool for building towards Ascend, but I'll take a Mutiny now. Sun-Collared Raptor is actually pretty good too. I do like the Raptor. I'm going to take the Mutiny though. Alright, well, I mean, Death Spitter is an option as well. I just don't think we're going to need it. I'm going to take the Stone Quarry. It does seem like we could splash the Luminous Bond fairly easily. Still just don't know if I want to. I'm going to take the black card. I just will not play a Blazing Hope in an aggro deck. Alright, at this point, I'm pretty willing to just boot out the blue cards. Grixis Pirates is a thing. I just do not think that we need it. Splashing for Luminous Bond, I'm keeping on the table, but even with double Stone Quarry, it just seems unnecessary. Well, seeing second to last pick playable red card out of pack 1 and second to last pick not playable but a black card. I mean, I guess Canal Monitor is technically playable, but I'm not sure I've actually seen it played before. Other than that, we've got a good aggressive red-black pirate plan going here, and I like it. Like I said, still seems very unlikely that we would splash for Luminous Bond, even with the fixing that we have, just because it's kind of unnecessary. I wouldn't want to hurt my curve, especially when we have 4 1-drops already. So we can just set the Luminous Bond aside as well and take a look at what else we've got here. So Mark of the Vampire is pretty excellent. I'm fine taking that here. Not much else for us. An Aerialist as a blue pirate, but we're just not splashing because I don't think we need to. So I'm going to take the Mark of the Vampire, which is just an excellent card in general. Fiery Cannonade seems like the card for us. I like Walk the Plank a lot too, but when you're rocking basically 100% Pirate, which I think we are, this card gets pretty exceptionally strong, so we're going to take it. Freebooter is excellent. Very happily picking that up. If we could wheel the Tormentor or the Brute, I'd be happy, but very happy with the Freebooter. Awesome card. It's nice to get some evasion in here as well. Cutlass is like just such a bomb in our deck. Such a bomby card for us to have here. This deck is definitely coming together. Nothing flashy, but very strong in terms of synergy and just, yeah, overall like curve synergy. I guess it could use some more removal, but I think we're doing it. We're doing a good job. I can take the Looter. It's a pirate. Tilanali's Knight is not going to make the deck. I'm not going to splash for Dispersal. I've splashed for Looter before. It's fine. I just don't know if I want to. Ideally, we don't have to. I'm a huge Lightning Rig Crew advocate. Big fan of it in general. Love it in this deck. Excellent card to get. I'm going to set the Looter aside as well while we continue to monitor the deck's progress here. Ideally, I don't play the Revenant, but if I have to, it's fine. I mean, honestly, ideally, I don't play the Freebooter either, but I'm not sure how many picks we have left of getting playables here, so we'll have to take a look. So here it's Fire Shrine Keeper versus Blight Keeper. Probably the Blight Keeper, I guess. It's evasive, better for raid, although I'm not sure we have too much raid. We basically have a Swaggering Corsair. Got the Tormentor back, which is nice. We're going to take and play it. So here we could take the Unknown Shore for splashing Looter on top of Freebooter, but we kind of, at this low of a curve, look like a 16 land deck. I may just want the Raptor, but I don't really like that either. Could take the Unknown Shore. It's just, we're tight enough of a deck where it seems very, very unlikely that we would splash anything. But it also seems unlikely we'd play the Raptor, so I'm kind of unsure. I guess I'll take Unknown Shore. I'll leave the splash option on the table. Yeah, Looter is fine. I don't think Primal Amulet's going to happen, though. Doubt it's worth anything. I think I have always checked this card, and it's Ended up being worth 9 cents, as a matter of fact. Well, I mean, you're not going to splash for a shipwreck looter either. I guess I'll just take the 9 cents. Fire cannon seems unlikely to happen. So do these two. I'm not going to splash for an opt. All right, another Blight Keeper, and now I feel like I can play 16 lands pretty easily with this deck. And you can still definitely get 18 lands. This curve definitely seems low enough, though, where I don't want to play 17 lands, I don't think. It just seems unnecessary when you've got this many 1-drops and you top out at 4. So, a little bit low on the impact side, I guess, on a lot of our creatures, but having the Cutlass just changes so much. I would have liked some more removal, but Fiery Cannonade is still very good in this deck, although it does kill our Blight Keepers. Something I'm going to have to be conscious of. It also kills our Revenant and our Summoner and our Elemental creatures. So there are going to be times we just can't play Cannonade, but most of our creatures are definitely pirates. 12 as a matter of fact. 12 out of 16. That's pretty good. And the bravados are going to be ways to just deal like 6 to 8 damage out of nowhere, which is huge. So, yeah, overall, I do like this deck. It's been a while since I've played pirates, but I think this deck will do it. Probably do an 8-8 split. They agree, and yeah. So black-red aggro pirate deck, I think looks good enough for me, and ideally we'll get there. So we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1.